my new members who are new members and those who are coming on as a new person. And Odebunmi Olusegun, member representing Surulere of Golo Afera constituency. What the motion I came up with, to me, is a very genuine motion, and it's like a wake-up call to the federal government of Nigeria. Wake-up call in the sense that when you are talking of a trade agreement, all over the world is involved free flow of goods, services, whatever you can think of, in as much as you are a member of that agreement. Any nation involved in that agreement, the citizens of that nations are free to move within that continent. And it's a good thing to have that idea for an African continent to have a single market. You can imagine how robust that market will be. It's going to be like 1 trillion people coming together to have a market. Honestly speaking, there's nothing good at it than that. Creating a job towards it, honestly, Nigeria is good to go. We are going to create a lot of jobs through this process, provided we handle the matter the right way. I make a call to the federal government just not to wait until the day of starting the program. That we should start now by having a committee on ground that will look into all the available available benefits of this policy and advise the federal government on what to do in order to make that available a benefit for the nation, for Nigerians at large. And you know, if care is not taken, if it is not handled well, because South Africa is part of this agreement, and we all know the level of development in South Africa. You know the level of the production in South Africa. You know why part of my motion is to commend the federal government, especially President Muhammadu Buhari. You know, it took him a lot of time and consultation before the government actually agreed to sign this agreement. After about 44 countries have signed, before Nigeria agreed to sign. That means they have put some consideration on the table before they agree at all to go for that agreement. Fine. You know, when you have a committee, you have people that you shadow with the responsibility. The people you can ask questions. How far have you gone about this? Commencement of this program cannot come up even in the next 1 year. It may not come up. But our preparation to start now. What is the production level of this country? Last week, I'm happy with this government for the fact that they are able to give a directive, an order, that the uniform of the forces in this nation should be handled by should be the local product now. Directive was given, and the CBN also come out with it openly, that henceforth the textile industries in the nation will be engaged in getting all this done. This is one of the reasons why I came up with this motion, that we should prepare so that Nigerians can have a lot of finished product to put on the table of other African countries. Nigeria should have a kind of importing raw materials and come out with a finished product to sell to other African countries. Because if care is not taken, that license is an open door license for other African countries to come to this nation, to come and benefit from this from this large market of Nigeria, to bring their product in. And if you don't have anything to give back, I mean, you are at disadvantage of this policy. And that is why I'm calling on the federal government of Nigeria to please, as a matter of urgency, come up with a committee that will shadow with the responsibility, have a action plan for this, and we will follow that action plan to make sure Nigeria benefit from this free trade agreement. Thank you. Well, I can assure you, it's one of that's your fear. It's reason why I came up with this motion. For Nigeria government to be prepared and to be aware that there's a fear from Nigerians, that what are we doing to allay this fear? And there's nothing we can do than to prepare for it. Look at our moribund factories. Look at what we should look at what we can do about it. Look at this steel rolling company in Olusegun. You have Jakuta, all these things. If we are able to put it on the motion, definitely Nigeria will have a lot to put on the table for other African countries. So I can assure you, with this motion, with this resolution of the House today, if I thought the government of the day are not looking towards that side before, now that both Senate and the House of Rep have resolved that Nigeria must have a committee, a planned action, definitely I'm sure is going to be beneficial to us. Well, definitely, I think both agency, I mean, NOAA, National Orientation Agency, and the media have a lot of role to play. Even at the point where Nigeria government is not doing enough, the media should be there to make a wake-up call to them, so that at the end of the day, we can all achieve good for the Nigerians. It is not about a personal decision. It should be a decision that every hand must be on deck. Because we are not talking of the federal government company alone, or federal government business alone. We are talking about individual people, individual company, individual organization. What do you have to offer? And that is why the Nigerian government also is going about now that we should now, the local content, we should be more emphasized about local content. Nigeria products should be what we'll be using most of the time. In fact, I don't know why, because I think in the last dispensation, it was even given, I think there was another that even the vehicle should be about local content. The official vehicle at the government office should be about local content. And, you know, if we can patronize our home goods, Nigeria is good to go. Honestly, if not because of this trade agreement, we should like toe the line of the China by closing our border for like few years and come on with our own product. Like the president said that we should be planting our own food. Imagine what we have achieved now on the issue of rice. In those days, 10 years ago, what are we talking about 10 years ago? Even 5 years ago, do we have a rice that you can put on the Nigerian table like this? We always go for the imported rice. But today, there's a mill in Nigeria that can at least give us a rice similar to the imported rice. So these are the things we need to encourage more. And it's been held by individual people in this nation. So we should give enabling environment for our manufacturers so that we can have a lot of things to put to the African markets. Thank you very much. Thank you.